Hi, I'm Cynthia Schiller. Please like and subscribe where we help and heal one day at a time. We're going to talk about something kind of interesting and a little twist that you don't normally hear on these YouTube videos regarding your narcissist. I'm going to tell you a little secret weapon that I was taught as I was in a professional development for teaching. We were taught this new technique, and it does relate to narcissists. But we were dealing with elementary and middle school children. So during professional development, they taught us this one technique. Instead of saying great job or I'm so proud of you, we were only to say the kid's name and just mention something like Lisa's on task, Katie is on page 64 following directions, where you don't necessarily praise them, you just acknowledge them. And it was really weird during professional development. I'm like, all right, I mean, I guess I can do it, but it was like a magic trick. It was really interesting to see, we're so used to saying good job, or I'm proud of you, or wow, that's excellent, or you did that. But to just say, Melissa's working quietly, where it's not really a praise, but it's an acknowledgement that they're on the task. So how does the narcissist, like, why do they act out? Well, this works with the children. I was also a college professor. I can't imagine going through, as I'm teaching criminal law, where I'm like, Jason's on task. Like I'd be looked at like I'm crazy. But with the kids, it really was like a magic trick. So the narcissist really does have a childlike mentality, because if we were teaching and I said, Katie's doing a great job, I'm proud of Katie. Steven's going to get upset that I didn't mention him, even if I was going to mention him next. It disrupts the classroom management. The kids get upset that they're not the center of attention or that we're not taking notice. And we got to remember these narcissists need to be basically the center of attention. It's just like the, little Steven who is like, notice me, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Or they're off task trying to get our attention. So the narcissist is in a childlike state. They haven't progressed because they don't have the empathy to oh, I need to work quietly, or oh, I need to follow directions. So they don't process what they're supposed to do. Like, I need to follow directions so I have a good relationship. But when we start going through our relationship with them, they're wanting that praise. But what works is when you just somewhat kind of you know don't put them on a pedestal where they're working to achieve greatness, because then if they see us saying, oh, my sister did this today, my sister got this award, and I'm all excited about my sister, it's just like little Steven getting upset that we didn't notice what they did at that moment. So it throws things off balance. A lot of times that's when they'll lash out or try to diminish what your sister did, because they want the focus back on them. It's just like an elementary classroom dealing with a narcissist, where it's like it gets overwhelming. And if you do the right management with a narcissist, but this is where it gets tricky, because they want that attention. But when they get the attention, and this is where I want you to take note, when they get that attention, it's like the kids in the elementary school. When I would try to do the great job, once they're acknowledged, they're like, whatever, all right, now I can go do whatever I did. I got the acknowledgement. She thinks I'm doing a good job. And they kind of slack off. And that's kind of what the narcissist will start to do. And as we go through these relationships with them, we want to, say, oh my gosh, that was so sweet of you. Or it's really hard to go through life, because you should be able to give compliments, but that's when they kind of start acting out, when they see us as weak, where they see it as like, oh, I tricked you, I gave you flowers and you're so appreciative, now I get what I want, as opposed to just going in an even keel where they're acknowledged, like, oh, you remembered Valentine's Day. the flowers are beautiful, something like that, as opposed to, oh my gosh, you're so sweet. Because they see it as a weakness or as a way that they gain power over us, where they controlled our emotions in that moment. Just like when I teach, if you get frustrated or you're having a bad day, kids pick up on that, and they kind of push your buttons more then. If you stay even keel where you don't let things bother you, things go along a lot smoother. So when we're in these narcissistic relationships, things kind of bother us. And nobody likes to get talked to, where they're in that childlike state. Because, in elementary school, if I would ask the kid, they're just doing whatever. And I'm like, Angela, come here for a second. And they're like, they get all scared. And it's like, I just wanted to talk to you about something, insignificant, but they're already on the defense. And that's what the narcissist will do, is they'll be on that defense. Like, why do you want to talk? What did I do wrong? And already things have started inside them where they're a little bit more on edge, and they're already in defensive mode. Just like calling little Angela over. It's like nothing is wrong. I just want to talk to you. But the narcissist is in this childlike state. And I just thought it was kind of interesting, something that I woke up to. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to tell them about my little teaching magic trick. And it does relate to a narcissist because they are in that childlike state. They handle things like children would. And like I said, if I was teaching criminal law at the university, I could say, that's a great job, you really worked hard on your paper. And the other people aren't going to be like, "Ah, like, what about mine? You didn't look at mine. Look over here." They just, they might ask your opinion, but they're not going to get all upset like the little kids, and the disruption that it causes when you handle things in just a different way, just a slightly different way. And it's kind of mind blowing to us, because as a teacher, you would think like, yeah, I should say they're doing a great job. I should say, I'm so proud of you. But when you do that, it throws everything off. When we're adults, you should be able to say, wow, I'm really proud of you, and not have this repercussion of everything falling apart. But the narcissist in that childlike state, it was just really interesting to see, because during the professional development, I thought, like, this is a bunch of crap. Like, I mean, it's just a different way of saying something. And, I like giving praise, but it was a magic trick. And you would think the praise would go further, but it didn't. And it was seriously like, I call it a magic trick because it made such a difference. And with the narcissist, they see our weakness every time we praise them. It's a power trip for them. And it just like the kids, it gets them off task. Like, all right, I got acknowledged. I can kind of read my book now, or play on my phone, or whatever they want to do. And just like the kids in school, they will try to get away with everything. Now that we're, using computers in school, the kids often would kind of have that little facade of, is she walking away? And then they go on to like a music or a game site, and you had to be on them. You couldn't just trust them. Some you could, just like the normal people in the relationships that are healthy. But some kids in the childlike state that haven't absorbed the right way to do things, just want to get away with things. Sometimes they even think it's kind of cool, like, oh, she just walked away, I'm going to do it again, because they just want to do what they want to do. And that's what the narcissist is like. And that's why when the cat's away, the mice will play. Just like how I, as a teacher, had to walk all around. And then finally it's like, okay, you keep, every time I walk past you, you're trying to fool me with, closing down the game app or whatever. So, or page. And so I'd have to like have them turn around so I could just see their computer, where there's no trust. I have to watch you. And sometimes we get like that with the narcissist, where it's like, man, I have tried, for the last 2 semesters, 2 years of our relationship, just to try and have some trust. But it is like the kids in school. Like, you will go all that time trying to, you know, trust them, trying to reinforce, trying to let them know I'm kind of watching you. And anytime I'm going to check up on you. But the narcissist, they just want to do their own thing. They like getting away with it. They're not learning, because the kids that dismiss everything, they're not changing. Um, and the narcissist dismisses everything we talk about every time, just like the kids, where I'm like, you need to focus. And they're like, yeah, you're right. I will focus from now on. You walk away and they don't. That's like the narcissist with the gaslighting. Yes. We will go out every Saturday, have time together for us. And then they're like, no, I want to watch basketball tonight. Where it's like childlike promises, where they live in the moment. They don't realize that, oh, I just made a promise I'm supposed to uphold. And I just thought it was really interesting. Please comment below. It's kind of interesting how childlike they really are in their behaviors, how our relationship fell apart because we talk to them like adults. And when we take the focus off of them and either give time, like I would give maybe some time reading to another, or helping another child read, um, the classroom will either act out, or they'll get resentful, or they're just like, when's it my turn, when's it my turn, and they get all absorbed in when's it my turn, as opposed to, I know my turn's coming and I'll focus until it's my turn. The narcissist gets into that when's it my turn, when's it my turn, to where they have to act out to get that. And just like the kids, if I can't give them the attention, they're not going to focus on their work. They're going to focus on fulfilling their need. Their need is to have either what they want or attention. So they'll go do what they want, maybe play a game on the computer instead of doing what they're supposed to do. So narcissists will get off task in the relationship, or do things that they shouldn't be doing, because they can't focus on acting like an adult, being responsible. And I just thought it was really interesting. Please comment below and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.